Hello everyone and welcome to Fashion Diaries Day 2 in Disneyland. I hope you're having a wonderful day and are doing well. It was another beautiful overcast morning and we'd actually decided to use one of our magic mornings to get to the park nice and early. Now, how we love to use our magic mornings is strictly for photos and meeting as many characters as possible. Since the park isn't as busy, there's not as many crowds or as many lineups, which is so great. So we were able to get some incredible photos from the Disneyland photographers. And we also shot my outfit of the day first thing in the morning as well. So in this look, I'm channeling my inner Cinderella, and I have a couple different Cinderella accessories, which I'll get to in a moment. I absolutely love my Cinderella dress from Hot Topic. The detail along the hem of the dress is so beautiful. So basically it's just different silhouettes from the movie, different scenes with Cinderella and her prince, the fairy godmother, the carriage. It's such a beautiful detail. I also wore my Toms, which I really love, my Cinderella Toms. You probably would have seen it in a couple videos back. Now, as I was filming with my husband, we couldn't stop laughing because there were so many cute little ducks and little birds and sweet little creatures around Sleeping Beauty's castle, including this little guy who just kept coming over and hanging out with us. I think he probably wanted some food, but he kept coming over and saying hi and finding some little edible things near the park, which was really cute. For Pandora bracelets, I wore most of the ones I wore yesterday, but I also added my something blue Cinderella bracelet. And I also wore my Cinderella Danielle Nicole handbag. I love this bag. It mostly just fits a phone and cards, but it's perfect for like easy access. I love it so much. For a nice touch of magic, I wore my Pandora floating locket with a couple different Disney petites, my Starshine earrings, as well as the matching rings. They're all Pandora, of course. And now the last accessory I have to show you is really awesome. I love this bow. It's the Cinderella bow from Shop Disney. It's actually from the Swap Your Bow collection, which actually these bows are designed to go on a pair of mini ears. But what I love to do with these bows is just wear them just as a bow. They come with a cute little clip at the back. I highly recommend it. After posing for a couple more photos, my husband and I made our way on into Fantasyland, where we did some exploring and we took in all the charm and magic Fantasyland has to offer. One of the rides my husband went on was Snow White's Scary Adventures. This was a fun ride we enjoyed from last year, and he just had to go back on it, and I just had to come back with him and wait in the line with him because it's so cool. So I'll show you a couple of the cool little, I guess they're kind of interactive details. After Snow White, we posed for a couple more photos and headed off to Wonderland. After some fun in Wonderland, we headed on over to see Tinkerbell, but unexpectedly we bumped into, yep, you can see here, we bumped into Alice. I had wanted to meet her last year, but I didn't really get the opportunity, and she was right there, right in front of me, so I asked her if she had time to pose for a photo, and she did, and oh my gosh, it was so truly amazing. Pixie Hollow to go officially meet Tinkerbell. We met her last year and she was so much fun, so we knew we just had to go see her again and pose for a couple photos with her. Now, this area is so fun, you guys. It's so fun to explore. You feel so miniature and small because everything else is so big. It's so much fun.
Keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs in. Greetings aboard the Astro
So Pixie Hollow, as you can see, is just so much fun to explore. And then we made our way over to see Tinkerbell. Our turn came up in the line and she was so fun to meet. But at first she didn't like me because she thought that I was dressed as Wendy, and you know how Tinkerbell is. So I thought that was funny, but as soon as she realized I was channeling my inner Cinderella, it was all good. Tomorrowland is really close to Pixie Hollow, and my husband had quite a few rides he wanted to go on there. So I left him there when I quickly ran to get a Starbucks and headed on over to Royal Hall to meet the Disney princesses. Luckily, my husband was able to join to meet them just in the nick of time with me. So here I am meeting Snow White, and she was absolutely lovely, such a sweetheart. She taught me some twirls and she was just super sweet, so I loved meeting her. Now, of course, I had to meet Cinderella as well, and she was super flattered that I dressed up like her. She loved the dress, she loved the shoes, and we had a lovely time chatting all things princesses. She also met my husband, and she taught him how to pose like a prince, which was so cute because if you watch and see some of the other pictures after this, he kept using that prince pose in our photos, and it was so sweet. Here I am meeting Princess Ariel, and she was hilarious. She was so fun. Here she's showing me how she uses her dingle hopper, and she was just so hilarious. Such a lovely princess to meet. After meeting the princesses, we headed on over to the Royal Theatre to watch Tangled.
Gracious fellows of pigeons and flies.
Each and everybody doing today. Welcome to the... Should you wish to know where to stand, we shall show you.
Should you want to know what to say, we will tell you.
Should you wish to recognize one of us for most outstanding performance by a player in a leading role in drama or comedy, we shall kneel before you in humble gratitude.
I'm sure you'll both be wonderful.
Very well then. Are you ready?
Yes!
Then let the play begin. Once upon a time...
Mother, I was wondering, since it's my birthday tomorrow, would you please take me to see the floating lanterns? It's my only birthday wish.
Absolutely not, Rapunzel. Oh, I told you, my dear, the world is a dangerous place filled with ruffians and thugs, and that's why I keep you locked up in this beautiful tower. Oh!
And before Rapunzel could say,
Holy hairbrush, Flynn!
their feet were on the ground and they were off and running on their new adventure.
I can't believe I did this!
Though I do like breaking femurs, you can count me with the dreamers. Like everybody else, I got a dream.
Hey, I got a dream!
Well, take it away, fellow ruffian.
I got scars and lumps and bruises, there's something here that oozes. And let's not even mention my complexion. But despite the extra toes and my goiter at the nose, I really want to make a love connection.
He's got a dream.
She's got a dream.
I just want to see the floating lanterns, please.
And with every passing hour, she's so glad she left her tower. Like calling a lovely coach, she's got a dream. Yes, way down deep inside, we've got a dream.
And it's like the fog has lifted. And
What is this picture?
It's a symbol of the royal family, the king, the queen, the missing princess.
The missing princess. The missing princess, Eugene! I have to go!
After Tangled, we headed over to the Red Rose Tavern, which is all Beauty and the Beast themed. It's a lovely place to get a delicious treat or some lunch, and we came here around 10:30, 11, which is quite early for us technically for lunch, but we were starving, so we really enjoyed taking in the atmosphere of Beauty and the Beast and listening to the music, and it was so lovely. After this, we did go outside to enjoy the dessert, the gray stuff. I couldn't have this though because it does have dairy and gluten, but it looks amazing. So if you can have it, you should definitely take advantage and have it. After lunch, we headed back to the hotel just to take it easy and rest up before coming back.
smile. Of course not. I have peasants for that. No smile.
Oh, thank you. That's
Are we
perfect.
waving?
That's perfect.
After meeting the evil queen and seeing Woody, we headed on over to Frontierland so my husband could go on Thunder Mountain. After Thunder Mountain, we did a little bit of shopping. All aboard! Time to ride the Disneyland train around the park. And this was one ride that I just had to do because it's not intense at all. And my favorite part is what you're seeing here is the dinosaurs. This just takes me back to my really early childhood. My twin brother loved dinosaurs and I ended up falling in love with dinosaurs too because of him. And this just brings me back to my childhood. It's really special. After seeing Mickey and his friends in Toontown, we headed on over to New Orleans to grab a snack, take in the atmosphere, and later head on over for some dinner reservations. Blue Bayou was so delicious and has a wonderful atmosphere. This was our first time dining here and we truly enjoyed it. It's fun because it's attached to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. So you see parts, you're actually part of the ride, which is really cool, and you see bits and pieces of the ride as well. Our meal here was so good and we so enjoyed it. And after we had fun here, we headed on over to meet two very special people.
Hello. What's your name? Hello. We got Jack and Iris. What are you celebrating? A recent death, perhaps? You recite any poetry? You know, typically when I take my head off, you guys really know. Is that your song? Sorry, I'm like, that's too hard.
Jack and Sally were probably one of my most favorite character experiences of the entire trip. I'm so happy I got the Pandora exclusive charm, the Disney charm, with them because it's a wonderful way to keep that memory close to my heart. After that, we did some shopping and we admired all the cool Halloween treats. And just before leaving, we took a photo in front of the entrance at Disneyland. My husband really wanted these photos and they actually ended up being some of my most favorite photos from the entire trip. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this Fashion Diaries Disneyland Day 2 video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.